Okay, so today is going to be a special day. I'm at my old condo I lived at with my brother Doug, and he is the owner of Jack's Mobile Detail. He is more of the silent partner these days. He currently has a manager, which I helped train and build the infrastructure for him to manage, and they're just getting back into the swing of things with their business after going through the nightmare that COVID brought us. And so along the way, my brother has gotten engaged to this nice female that is from the Philippines. And they're very much in love. And so he's trying to bring her up here this year. And this is her toy that he bought for her, the color that she wanted. And he's trying to get it in better condition before it gets given to her on her arrival. And that's what I'm here for. Although he has his own detailers, me and my brother go way back to the early days of mobile. We started it out together and ended up in different directions, but at the end of the day, if he needs something, I'm here for him. And especially for his personal vehicles, he's going to get the best service from yours truly. And because he's a cigarette smoker, it's good to keep me around. Okay, so that is step one, phase one of 3. The wash part of the decontamination that we're going to do 3 phases of today. And this particular phase was done with extreme foam formula, which is safe for all clear coats and ceramic coating vehicles. Totally safe and great soap to use. Puts out plenty of foam, smells great, works great. Everything about McKee's line is generally top notch, with this being no exception to the rule. Now, next phase, we're going to do a quick iron treatment while it's still damp. And then we're going to go right into a clay bar, and the reason I do that as my third process is mostly because it's the more time consuming and because it's just the right order: wash, iron, then clay. So here we go. So today I've decided to combine the two. Iron X mixed with clay lube is actually a McGuire's product, and I'm using it, but reluctantly I'm using it because I know that I have the means to redo the process if I'm not happy with the way it turns out, and I'm positive it's not going to harm anything. So that being said, I'm watching it flash purple now, letting me know that there is in fact some iron fallout within the debris that has formed a film over the top of this car. Knowing that it was already rough and needed a clay bar was a good indication anyways, but normally I like to do this in 2 separate processes. And in fact, this is a good idea to combine it and make it faster if it works. I've seen mixed reviews on this product, and for that reason I haven't ran right out in the field to use it. Okay, so I'm making my way around. I've done a clay and iron removal process. So clay iron treatment, the whole front end pretty much. Done this quarter, this half of the bumper, the whole hood. I'm working my way around the bumper and going to finally do this quarter. And you can see a little light where it's run off this side and it's flashing purple on the side here as it's treating for iron still. That's just from spilling over the edge. And I'm going to wrap around and hit it with the clay in just a second. And then run on down this side and meet back on the passenger door for the final part of the 3-phase decontamination process. So I am starting on the wheel here, working my way around. 3-stage decontamination is done. I haven't dried it yet, but I'm going to go ahead and get this wheel and then wet it one more time real good before I do dry it. So I like to go ahead and do my wheel and the wheel well, my tire and the wheel well, with my tire and rubber rejuvenator, scrub it real good while I let the Iron X just sit and do its thing on the inner barrel of the wheel and around the caliper and the disc. I just kind of let it do its thing, and I'll even move on to the next wheel and then rewind back over here for a good rinse in a few minutes. And I've already ran my brush all through it with another cleaner before using the extreme iron remover. So that is my last step, and I'll go back to rinsing that and then just kind of inspecting it to make sure if it needs to be done or not, because it looked like this and it had the brownish on the tire that definitely needed to be addressed, which tire and rubber rejuvenator is awesome for. So this is 0 protection and 0 dressing, but a full 3-stage decontamination with a serious wheel and tire cleaning all up in the wheel well. This one caliper, caliper too. This one caliper and rotor hasn't had a proper Iron X on it, and that is the difference between, say, this look and a little better, a lot better. So definitely makes a difference, and you can see what direction I'll be working my way around. So 3-stage decontamination is over, and a little touch-up is about to go down on these rims, and we're going to get the surface rust, at least the majority of it, off of the wheels, the barrel on the inside, the rotors, and the calipers. And then we're going to dress the tires, and we might even coat the wheels, but one thing at a time. here we go. Okay, so I get to try out some of the new products today. I won't be able to do the OTT today, but I'm going to use the cleaner before I put on the solution finish. And we're going to do just a little bit of the trim around the door panel here in the mirror. And we're going to plan a later date where I can tape everything up real good to do the remainder, which ain't a lot, but I just want to do a really thorough service by doing a second time taped off perfect. Okay, so tires have been dressed, wheels have been touched up, and 360 has been applied on the paint, and it's so slick I could barely get the bottles to sit on the trunk. Took some finessing. Is the Ceramic Series 360 one-step. A little bit of work left on the door jambs here as I'm working my way around, but I have cleaned the door panels and both seats, and I'm working my way around the dash, but I want to go ahead and hit the floorboard on this side first, and then when I get on that side, I'm just going to reach across to get everything in the middle and the dash after I've done the carpet. That way I can take my time finishing up on the windows and the vents and just nitpick it, because we'll be running out of sunlight before I know it, so I want this carpet done, and as much of the bulk work as possible. But I never forget door jambs on both sides as well as the trunk jambs, and I always use a really good slick wax on that so that each time I service the car from then on out, it gets easier as you go. Now, that being said, my brother just came out and he's in love with his car all over again. Well, even though my brother can't pronounce it, we have a new fan of McKee's 37, even if he does call it McDowell's. I think he's been watching too much Coming to America. But anyhow, he walks out and he's like, "What all did you use, that McDowell stuff?" Boy, I just busted out laughing. But ultimately, he's a huge fan of this product now. I use the 360 on the paint and in the door jambs. And we're going to strip it down and coat glass, paint, and wheels very soon. And I'm going to repair the wheels where one of his guys from Jack's Mobile had put some acid-based wheel cleaner on it and it ate the coating off. So it's going to have to be wet sanded, polished, and then I'm going to put a 3-year coating on it from McKee's 37. And ultimately, that's going to be our temporary fix for this vehicle. And I believe I can make it look 99.9% better. And for today, other than the windows, everything looks gorgeous. So, time to bust out that crystal clear, or whatever they call their window cleaner, and hit all these windows and make sure we got no water spots. And we are done. Now, this has been mostly McKee's 37 lineup today, and everything has performed optimal as could possibly be. And here where it was all splotchy, we have fixed with solution finish. I'm going to do a second coat, and then I'm going to use their new OTT, and I'm going to do that on the day that I do the ceramic coating, which is coming up real soon. But I'm going to do it at my house and keep the car overnight just before Mary Jane gets here, so everything is tip-top shape, and we've even discussed maybe painting the calipers. But for today, I'm going to clean these windows and take it in. Totally stoked with today's results. Time to wrap it up and take it to the house.